think it's helpful to have multiple mentors and advisors at different levels and that address different aspects of your career. So even if you're full-time clinical, that you have people who are closer to your level who might not be a mentor, but sort of a peer advisor who might be just a year or two ahead of you, and then people both within your division or department and outside, because all of those people can have a slightly different perspective and trying to figure out how you're going to piece together your best job and role for yourself is helpful.
In the clinical world, for those of you who have switched institutions before, you know this, but if this is your first job or if you've never switched institutions before, I think something to remind yourself of is that it's going to take a while to figure out how to practice in a new institution. You know the medicine, but the healthcare system being different actually creates a massive amount of challenges, just in terms of getting to know how do you actually take care of something in the place that you're going compared to where you were. So I think just being patient with yourself and asking a lot of questions and knowing that it's going to take you a while to get really good at how you take care of patients in that system. Finding the things that you enjoy outside of work. So obviously Atlanta's a great city and there's tons of things to get involved in, but I think whatever your niche is or whatever your neighborhood or community is, remembering that those things are equally important in settling in to Emory if you're also moving to Atlanta.
The other thing is that everything takes time. So it always takes more time than you think it does. That goes true also for hiring. So if you're thinking of hiring someone, posting a position earlier, at least 6 months before you think you're going to need that person, is important because you need time to mesh. You're building a new thing. You're building a new lab. You're building a new project. You're building new science. So having that time to make sure that everything is in place and knowing that building the foundation with the people that you're going to be working with and having that in place around the same time will take time. So if an opportunity arises, which many will, you have to be able to say, okay, is this worth the time? Will there be a payoff for the amount of time that I'm planning to spend on this activity? Am I passionate about this activity to be able to sacrifice the time from something else to put in the time for this thing that I want to do? And it's okay to say no. That was probably one of the most important pieces of advice I was ever given. That it is totally okay to say no because there will always be opportunities. And talking to your mentoring group about the opportunities that come up is really important as well, so they can sort of guide in their experience what really is important and what really isn't at the end of the day.